Here's a thought about sharpening. A good friend of mine, a photographer who shall remain nameless, was visiting the other day, and he looked at some of my new prints, and his first comment was, "These are too sharp." And I wasn't quite exactly sure what he meant by that, so I asked him, do you mean they're over-sharpened? And he said, no, that's different. He said, these just feel too sharp. So we had a long conversation about that, and I realized that there is some confusion in the world about being over sharp and too sharp. To me, at least this is the way I think, an image that is over sharpened exhibits halos. If I can see a halo around something, then I know that it's too aggressively sharpened in Photoshop or Lightroom or something, and that some more careful work needs to be done. It's basically sort of just sliding the sliders too much, as it were. Being too sharp is a different sort of thing, and I asked him what he meant with his comment about my work. And the first thing he said was, well, I don't mean it as a criticism, but it's just the experience I'm having by looking at your images. They feel too sharp. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, the best word I can think of is they feel a little brittle. And I thought about that for a minute, and I thought, well, I think I understand what he's talking about. But I had kind of the opposite experience when I was viewing a bunch of Ansel Adams original prints here a year or so ago at a major exhibition. They all looked a little soft. And I'm beginning to wonder if there isn't sort of a generational difference here, that film cameras and film photography create a certain kind of look that is appropriate for film and film cameras and that technology. But it's not as sharp as what we can create with today's lenses and today's techniques. And so does that mean today's images are too sharp, or does that mean yesterday's images are a little soft? Or is it more complex than that? And maybe it's as simple as that technology from yesteryear with gelatin silver prints and film has a certain look. And for some people, that look is exactly what they like. For other people, and I guess I'm one of these, I like the slightly crisper, slightly more brittle look that you can get with digital sharpening and today's lenses and today's magnificent sensors. But I do understand that for some people, they would say, well, that doesn't look photographic, because it doesn't look the way film looked. Maybe it's just an aesthetic choice rather than a technological one.